So I'm going to address the Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it.
LeBron James is finally addressing Stephen A. Smith, and it's turning into a full-blown showdown. It all kicked off when Stephen took a jab at Bronny James, igniting one of the wildest feuds in recent sports memory. Now, LeBron is clapping back, live, raw, and unfiltered. And the twist? Stephen A. has just issued a response of his own. Is it time for the NBA to step in? I've got every angle. Let's dive in. The courtside confrontation. The NBA has seen its share of dramatic feuds, Shaq vs. Kobe, Draymond punching Jordan Poole, Jimmy Butler going at Karl Anthony Towns, but nothing has quite erupted like this saga between LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. And a recent confrontation during an Instagram live broadcast just escalated it to a whole new level. If you're not familiar with how this all began, here's the backstory. It revolves around Bronny James, LeBron's eldest son, who made history by being drafted 55th overall by the Lakers in 2024, forming the NBA's first-ever father-son duo on the court. But that momentous achievement came with a tidal wave of criticism, and at the heart of it was none other than Stephen A. Smith, the ESPN analyst famous for his fiery takes and no-holds-barred commentary. Smith had been merciless in questioning Bronny's NBA readiness. He made it clear he wasn't impressed. Here's what he said: "Bronny isn't ready. I'm not saying he'll never be ready. I'm not saying he won't have an NBA future. I think he's got potential. I've seen him in the G League and I believe he'll be fine eventually. But he's not there yet." That was the central message night after night, as Smith would dissect Bronny's games, break down his stats, and argue that he was only getting this opportunity because of who his father is. Stephen A. didn't stop there. He became even more detailed, citing Bronny's actual performance numbers, and directly implicating LeBron's influence. Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. He's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He's made just one shot in 16 attempts, 0 for 7 from 3. And he's starting in first quarters? Really? And we're supposed to believe LeBron had nothing to do with that? This wasn't light commentary. This was a systematic breakdown of why Smith believed Bronny didn't belong on an NBA roster, and then it took a deeply personal turn. Stephen A. began questioning LeBron's judgment as a parent. "I'm not being cruel to Bronny," Smith said. "I'm concerned. LeBron, do you want it this way? Rich Paul, do you want it this way? Because he can't go to the G League, average 20 or 25, and just develop there? No, because he's LeBron's son, he's thrust into the spotlight. You know how harshly people will judge him." It became clear why LeBron's patience was starting to fray. This wasn't just a critique of a basketball player, it was Smith suggesting that LeBron might be setting his own son up to fail. Now look, criticism comes with being in the league. LeBron knows that better than anyone. He's dealt with it his whole career, from Skip Bayless to Colin Cowherd, from online trolls to former legends questioning his greatness. But this time was different. This wasn't just about basketball, it felt like a direct attack on LeBron's family. And Smith didn't stop there. He brought in a boxing analogy to drive the point home. He referenced Marvis Frazier, Joe Frazier's son, who stepped into the ring with the legendary Larry Holmes. Holmes famously said, "Ain't no kid with 10 damn fights beating me." Then Holmes beat him in the first round. Smith compared that situation to what LeBron was doing with Bronny, arguing that even with the best of intentions, it was still a mistake. "LeBron's intentions are good," Smith said. "He's a great father. But this is your son, bro. You know basketball. He's not ready. Why put him in this position? You had your moment playing with him. Was that not enough?" Over the next several weeks, the tension continued to build. Every time Bronny missed a shot or put up modest stats, Smith had more ammunition. And while some criticism was arguably fair, Bronny's minutes and production were limited, LeBron clearly felt the line had been crossed. It was no longer professional, it was personal. Then came the moment. During what should have been a routine timeout, LeBron spotted Stephen A. sitting courtside. Smith was flanked by entertainment powerhouses, Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel, comedian Larry David, but LeBron's focus zeroed in. He marched straight up to Smith. A fan captured the moment on video, and it exploded online. According to lip readers and later reports, LeBron told him, "Keep my son out of this, bro." It was sharp, serious, and unforgettable. Think about what that moment represented. It takes guts, or maybe audacity, to confront one of the most influential voices in sports media, right there in front of thousands of fans and dozens of cameras. This wasn't LeBron the superstar. This was LeBron the father. Drawing a line and saying, "Enough." According to witnesses, the interaction was intense, but calm. LeBron wasn't trying to make a scene. He wasn't there to throw hands. He just wanted one message delivered, loud and clear: "Don't cross the line with my son." To his credit, Stephen A. Smith remained composed. But the shock on his face was visible. This wasn't just another heated exchange on First Take. This was real life. This was personal. And it was only the beginning. Later, Stephen A. described the moment: "That was LeBron James approaching me. Unexpectedly, I might add. Confronting me about what I'd said about his son. I can't repeat what he said, it's not safe for FCC airwaves. But he wasn't LeBron the athlete, he was LeBron the dad. And I can't be mad at him for that." This was a turning point. Even in disagreement, Smith acknowledged the emotion behind LeBron's actions. It wasn't about stats anymore. It was about a father defending his child. The video went viral instantly. Within hours, millions had watched it. Sports fans, journalists, and celebrities alike chimed in. Some praised LeBron's protectiveness. Others argued that he overstepped by confronting a media member in public. Either way, March 6th became a milestone moment in NBA media relations, and the battle lines were drawn. Then came the media war. Stephen A.'s response was immediate and explosive. He didn't back down. He didn't apologize. The next morning on First Take and later on Gilbert Arenas' Gil's Arena podcast, Smith stood firm. He called LeBron's move weak and criticized him for choosing a public confrontation. But Smith also acknowledged something important: he understood where LeBron was coming from. He said, "LeBron ambushed me at the Lakers game. The man came up to me courtside and got in my face. Said some strong things." Now, that quote? It came from a fake video circulating online. But it shows how chaotic this narrative became. People were inventing content just to feed the frenzy. In reality, Smith's response was more measured. "I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bull," he said. "But I was listening to a father." This distinction was critical. Even while defending his position, Smith admitted that LeBron's reaction came from a place of love and concern. He just didn't agree with the method. Smith also argued that LeBron should have reached out privately.